Hi, it's Colin Cowherd. Do you want the best content on the internet? Go watch cats playing on tiny pianos. It's really good. But if you want arguably the second best content, subscribe. So now let's pivot to Kyler Murray. He was obviously exhilarating early, but you had to make a decision with your scouting background since '99 in Arizona. Obviously, he jumps off the tape a better athlete than Josh Rosen. Was there a conversation or a moment or a piece of tape where you just went, I can't pass up on this? This is somebody, I'm going to regret this if I don't make a move on Kyler Murray.
And it was, I'll never forget, I was sitting in my office and I was watching him for the first time. And the first game I started with was Alabama. And if you went back and you watched the Oklahoma-Alabama game, you saw he actually struggled in the first half. They got after him. They rushed him. They didn't protect very well. Had to use his wheels a lot and struggled. Second half, completely lit him up. And there was one play in particular where it was almost like a shortstop making a great throw to the first base after getting a ground ball. I'll never forget, he jumped up off of 1 foot and launched the ball about 55 yards with a strike in the end zone for a touchdown. And maybe in my NFL career as a scout at that time, 22 years, I had never seen anything like it. You know, I never saw a guy that could run full speed and launch the ball off 1 foot and throw it with that kind of zip and juice and ball placement. I saw Pat Mahomes do some pretty rare and unusual things, but the way Kyler Murray did it, even though he was 5'10", to me just was special. And I think it's exactly what you said. Even regardless with Josh Rosen, I mean, I think the guy had potential. Obviously, we took him with the 10th pick overall. And I think it's kind of like when you sit and you think to yourself, really, the big picture. If you were drafting in the NBA and you had Clyde Drexler, but you had a chance to draft Michael Jordan, would you do it? Yes. I mean, that player, Kyler Murray, to me, I thought was a generational talent, and I thought was the kind of guy that could propel this organization in the right direction the fastest.
Steve, Elway had a baseball background, Mahomes, Baker Mayfield, Russell Wilson, and Kyler Murray. The baseball thing, I always say that Russell and Kyler slide like baseball players. Lamar doesn't. Aaron Rodgers doesn't. They slide like football players. Was that any part of it? Did you look at Russell, who's a pretty good comp for him, and go, man, there's just some things here? Because my takeaway was, man, Kyler's small. I don't know if this is going to work. Was the Russell Wilson comp a real thing for you?
100%, yeah. And I think the Russell comp gave you the confidence that this guy could do it at this level, because that's what we do in this business. It's all comps. So the fact that there was never, for Russell, it's and I'll never forget John Schneider saying this. John said, what's wrong with him other than he's 5'10"? He's got big hands. He's got great feet. He can escape. He can throw on the move. He can throw from the pocket. He has great accuracy and touch, and he has good vision. Again, all the things you want in a great quarterback, other than the fact he's 5'10". He had compensating abilities. And that's the same thing with Kyler, the fact that he's not 6'4" or 6'5". He has compensating traits that you get excited about: the feet, the explosiveness, the arm strength, and their ability to get the ball out of their hands quickly. With that baseball analogy, you see those guys, it's almost like turning a double play. Sometimes they'll catch the snap and they're so quick with their release and their footwork. It's like a shortstop or a second baseman turning too. When you see that guy flip his hips and get the ball out when they throw those screens, it's amazing. And not many guys can do that.